Hi, hello, happy Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom. I have not cleaned up from the last work I did this week. I need to clean up, put all this stuff away. But I'm not done yet. I still got to figure out what to do about this leaky, where'd that valve go? It's not the valve, it's that link, this packing here. I need to figure out something to do about that because it leaks. But other than that, I got that piece cleaned up and put in there. So I'm still working on that. But what interrupted me from that was other things around the farm. Let me turn this light off. I don't have anything else in here to show. Whack! Smack my knee on that bucket of tools and things. Alright, so over here. Now one thing though, this is just kind of my ongoing project that I've made a little video on or two by now. Just some little watermelons hanging from the awning of the building. They're not getting super big yet, and they'll never make it to maturity before cold weather hits. I'm going to put them up there because I want them to grow up the roof. After all, growing down isn't going to work very well when you think about it. Gravity will, stinking yellow jackets, gravity will take them completely out. The yellow jackets are on my, one of the baby fruits that unset itself. They'll cast and then what, Alright, so they're up there for now. These others, if they get long enough, I'll flip them around too. You notice again, I'm still not talking very loud. For me anyway. Still super sore throat. Can't really talk much louder than this. There's nothing left. Well, while we're over here, let's say the verbena are still in their fall growth. I forgot to point out, I guess, that also the late blooming coneflowers that are around here. I'm not going to go all over the place today because I really don't have that much to report on. Blue is back on its tire. There's some of those asters. And then some other kind of, fleabane daisy, yeah. I'm not very awake right now. There's some really pretty asters. And they're all bunched up like that because the deer have been eating them off. See all the slippery, slimy grease they put on here to get the tire back on its bead. It's on both sides. That's how big the gash was in that tire. Although I wonder if they didn't make it bigger while they were working on it, because it seems much bigger than it was. Anyhow, so I've got to put this back on there. I've got the blade otherwise all on there for now. The batteries are just about completely, at least the one, completely done in the track loader, so hopefully next month I'll be getting new batteries for it if all goes well. I moved some of these logs out of the way just so that if I need to get in here and get to that bush hog, I can. Yeah, they ended up dumped over the fence, but the fence was already ripped here in the past, so it just kind of came apart again, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'll get all that off there when I'm ready to fix it. I did no work downstairs, although the reason I'm putting that blade on there is so that I can be doing work downstairs with it leveling off the soil, get everything good and flat and level like it needs to be. Haven't done much over here. This is, I need to do shelves and storage and stuff, but I haven't. Well, I mean, I've just been back from the feast a week or so and been sick a part of that time, and part of that time I've been doing little things like replacing gate latch, which I'll show in a minute. The biggest event that happened since the last report was we got ourselves a new truck, new to us anyway. So this is a new addition to our farm. It only cost us $3,250. It's a rusty northern truck, but it's got all aluminum bed. It's got a fifth wheel on it. It's got a utility hanger back here. All things considered, they say it's got new tires. They're tires. This one was Worth County Road Department. I don't know what the FCC is for second or whatever, but anyhow, I think it's just got a little 350 in it, which is fine. This thing's got a lot of gearing on it, so I think it's a pretty decent truck for the price we paid. Oh, it's got a little whirligig light on it. That's cute. It works. I don't think it's got a fire extinguisher, but it's got a place for a fire extinguisher. We'll probably end up putting fire extinguishers someday in all of them. It's got these toolboxes that they don't lock. Apparently, I could swap the lock out though, because apparently what happened is somebody misplaced the keys or something. That's an easy fix. Just get another set of locks. They're a little beat up, but they still open. You can see they're a little beat up. In fact, they're probably a little piecemeal together. They've just probably taken off of some other tool truck and stuck on here. I could unbolt them and take them off. Got some free hardware, nuts, bolts, washers, fiberglass flag rods. But yeah, they're just little toolboxes on there. Could be handy. Keep things like oil and coolant and things like that. Haven't done anything else with my iron ore. Pretty much that's the bulk of everything down here. The grapes are ripening up. I kind of wanted to show them, but they just look like grapes. I don't know. I guess I'll show them. I'll just take the camera back later. I'm heading back to the house now. I'll just go ahead and take the camera with me, I suppose. I don't know. I guess the main thing is just that we got some rain while we were gone, so we still got some water in our pond. It's like 12 inches deep in the deepest spot. Lots and lots and lots and lots of walnuts. Every year we get more walnuts. But we ain't got more squirrels. So the problem comes in is I'm just tripping over and stepping on and squishing these walnuts. And really what I need is a walnut shelling device. I know they buy this for a dismal price of $16 a 100-pound. I won't break them up for that kind of price. I'd rather set them on fire than drive them around. Just for $16, wasting my time. So, yeah, I got walnuts all over the place. This young tree, put on a lot of them. Of course, I also had this tree extra watered because I was watering the blackberries. And by watering the blackberries, by default, I was watering that walnut. And so, he put on lots of big walnuts. That other tree right there, it put on a few. The one down by the shop ain't never put on none. But then the one down there, that's the oldest one, it put them on in droves too. So, yeah, I got walnuts just all over the place. They're just everywhere. And I figure it's a good resource going to waste. If I don't use it, it's kind of a shame. Well, it's like wild grapes. Most people wouldn't give you the time of day for wild grapes. I make product out of them. I'm going to be doing the same with the wild raspberries. And then, of course, the thornless blackberries, everybody expects that. They're a commercially grown cultivar, so I'd figure you was nuts if you didn't. Especially at the price. They're $116 a pound, not $16 a 100 pound. So, way different. So yeah, the grapes are ripening up. They're getting there here pretty soon. They'll be pretty ready to harvest. As you see the leaves fall off the vines, it's easier to see the actual fruit, how much there is. And there'll be vines out here that have fruit on them that are not super easily visible with all the leaves on them. But when all the leaves fall off the trees, you'll be able to see grapes in places. It's like, wow, I didn't realize there were so many grapes. And this year has just been a wonderful year for wild grapes around here. That one, though, right up here on the roof, did not produce anything that I'm aware of. It flowered, but it didn't set. And since it didn't set, well, crud, you know. But it put on new vines that I hope will, again, these new vines that I've trained up the roof up here, I'm hoping that they will grow up and set up the tree. Now this vine here is kind of scattered and not that secure, but eventually I'll trace it up too, and eventually they'll all go up. Little boys over here, they're getting along. Little Junior wasn't looking good for a while. He was looking pretty shabby, but because he had coccidiosis going on. But I think I fixed it. Little Junior, there's the. Now he got behind everybody else. Yeah. Anyway, Junior's the one with the red harness on him. Yeah, there's Junior. Yeah, he's at a bad camera angle. It's alright. So they're starting to mow off the fall grass, but there's still been some good thatching go on. So, I mean, there's some grass down here that they haven't yet eaten off. So yeah, the fields are better. Some more rain would definitely help a lot, because you notice the mullein, they never eat the mullein until it's like the last thing, and then they'll all of a sudden devour it. I don't know that they like the fuzziness to it. These things obviously have finished their flowering. Pretty near everything, almost every last thing except verbena and these late, the asters and the late blooming coneflowers, which aren't even on the schedule for fall. The goldenrod are just about done blooming. Pretty much the bulk of the wildflowers are done blooming. I'm pretty sure that the wild raspberries are going into dormancy. There was a late blooming Rose of Sharon over here, and I wasn't paying attention. I went and looked at it and knocked all the buds off of it. It's kind of pointless to show you a bare stem, isn't it? Yeah, well, but it blossomed completely after the parent had gone through its whole blooming stage and finished its flowering cycle. The gladiolus and crepe myrtle never did. And there's late black-eyed Susans. There are late blooming flowers on here. Of course, the peach is still soaking up a little sunlight before it goes dormant for the year. The hazelnuts are just about done for the year, going dormant, soaking up the last little bits and scraps of energy before they go dormant until spring, when they'll come back out late spring. And then hopefully this year we'll have a whole bunch of nuts on them. I fertilize them. I don't know if it'll make any difference. I'll try to remember to fertilize them again in the early spring just before they come out. Extra phosphorus to make certain that they flower well, that they put on good fruit anyway. I did fail again to put my barricade between the ground cherries put on. So the barricade between the groundhogs and the apple tree. Ground cherry put on a bunch of fruit over here where nothing hassled it. It was too small to really eat. It's edible, but it's so small it's not worth it. You need thousands of them to make a meal. So yeah, you're going to see this around here a lot more. I went and greased it yesterday and got all the front steering parts. I have yet to go and do the back. I check all the shackles and U-joints and everything on the back half. So it probably needs, it's probably got a few joints back there I can grease up. But yeah, I don't know that there are any at all of the passion fruit that survive the groundhogs or the deer. So I'm not going to bother going and looking, but there may be, but I'll find out later. If there are, I'll make a report on it. Okay, well that's it for this week, and we will share again with you next Sabbath what's happened this coming week.